Hello? New phone, who dis? Hey, what's going on? NVIDIA just sent me this beautiful DGX Spark, and this is their $4,000 desktop AI supercomputer, you know, with 128 gigabytes of memory. This is not going to be one of those types of ad reads, or this is not one of these sponsored type of streams. I literally snuck into NVIDIA's headquarters at CES and stole one of these out the back. So shh, don't be telling anyone that I got this from them. No, this actually fell out of the truck. I mean, this actually ended up at my house. I was talking to the NVIDIA folks. I wanted to try one of these so desperately. I begged and pleaded, and now we have it here. So folks, we're going to unbox this thing today. This thing is pretty heavy. There's a lot kind of going on here, but this is going to be really interesting for us because I've been wanting to do more machine learning things and more stuff like this. You know what I mean? So I got like a secondary camera. We got a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to be going on here. So we're going to just do this pretty much live. And so what's cool about this is that, like, with this type of system, this is something that I've been wanting to play around with for a little while. And I want to be able to like train my own models and do my own stuff. But the cool thing is I could do it with you remotely, because one of the things we found out at CES, if you haven't had a chance to watch that stream yet, is that we're able to go and set this thing up through Brev. And so we may even reach out to some of those folks as well to see if they're around. But basically what that will enable us to do is to have this unit available. Like I can set it up for my Discord so people can actually start running jobs on this type of thing. And so what this is crazy is that like I don't have to have like a supercomputer like graphics card that's plugged into my Mac or anything like that. I can just literally set this up right now. And this is what we're going to go ahead and do and get this thing set up remotely. So, you know how like there will be signs that you are rich? Like if you have these kind of laying around, that's how you know. So we're just going to go ahead and unbox this thing. So for those who don't know, we're basically just doing the unboxing live right now. So let's just kind of get right into it, folks. This is really fire. Look at this. Oh my God, this is the Apple experience. Oh, whoa, this is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna get the camera back. This is fire. So like we're getting the live. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching this live and you're seeing this whole thing. This is look how sparkly this is. Dang, this is fancy. Oh, this is hella fancy. Look at that. Dang, NVIDIA. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, look at that. That's a nice weight. Actually, this is gorgeous. So you can see my iPhone. It's like this big. Like this is a supercomputer that's the size of an iPhone, bro. Damn. And what's nice about it is I'm going to be able to send some jobs on it. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to see if I can run the new GLM 4.7 Flash on this, because we can get coding for free. So like if you're a Discord member and I give you the IP, you could just hook this up to Droid or something. And you could just start coding once I get the model running up in here for free, right? Like that's going to be insane. That's what I really want to do here. I feel like we're on a whole new revolution. It's about to get absolutely bonkers. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get a moment of silence for this beautiful machine here, and kind of get it. This is, oh, and it's what's funny is like this little rubber pad is kind of rubbery at the bottom. It's got this little vents there, so that's really cool. And then this little thing here is like this serrated like sparkly stuff. Yo, you can kind of see how at the top you have these little, oh my goodness. Yeah. And then this is the back. Am I exposing anything? Probably not. I don't know. We out here. You see how like beautiful and shiny this is? Yeah. The build quality is stunning. So this will just sit at my desk like this. I'm going to just kind of put this down. I'll put this a little further away. That way we can go like this. Actually, I don't even know if I need this book light right now. I'm going to reposition the book light. Give me a second. I'm actually going to set up the book light more like this on the side. So we still have our vibes and we still got like nice lighting, but we also get this type of thing here. All right. So we have this unit. And so this is the actual unit right here. And then all I should be able to do is just plug it right in, because it should be able to be set up. So right now, if I go to their website, what I see up here is basically on first boot, they have a thing where I can actually access the system. Let's just, I'm going to move this thing to the side for a sec. Okay, so I can access the system over the network as an appliance. So all I have to do is just boot it up with no display or keyboard and use another computer to set it up via the browser. So the only choice to how you complete the initial setup after you finish, you can access however you prefer, not locked into your original choice. So set device starts up immediately when powered and applied. Attach all peripherals before connecting and power supply. Okay, cool. So before starting, we have to ensure we have a fast, reliable internet connection to download the required stuff. And for local setup, and then for network setup, a computer on the same network and access to the setup interface. So I think that's it. So one of the things that I can do is I think I might pop into the other room and plug it in over Ethernet. Because I think as long as I just put it in over Ethernet, I should be able to this thing should just pop up on my network. And that's it. Because if I leave it over Wi-Fi, my whole computer is literally just right here. And it's actually running on Wi-Fi. So if I disconnect the stream, then it'll kind of be toast. And so we're going to try to see if we can figure this thing out. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can kind of get this cooking here. So give me a second and see how we can get this set up. So yeah, big shout outs to everyone. Yeah, so jealous. What's the use cases of it? That's actually the thing that we're going to go ahead and explore. So we can use it a lot for like machine learning tasks. So I want to download all of my data from X. I don't know if you know this, but if you go to the X profile, you can just download your data. And what's amazing is that you'll download every single tweet and all this information about you that you didn't really know was out there. And guess what? We can throw that into this guy and start training it. So I'm not really that familiar with a lot of ML workflows. And I've been reaching out to different people. So I have someone who's by the name is Luis. He's going to be coming on probably one of my future streams. And he's going to teach us about how he does the training for image models, because I'm really interested in that type of stuff. I also have someone who's doing a lot of machine learning and like model training and stuff that they're also going to come on the stream and help us out. I'm going to try to reach out to the Brev founders who we met at CES and have them also come on the stream and talk to us a little bit about these things. I'm just super thankful I got one of these things, which is kind of crazy. And we're going to try to see if we can get this set up here as well. So like this is this guy here, the unit, as you can kind of see. And then I'm going to go see if I can get the power cable because I think it's somewhere in here. And then we're going to see if I can plug this thing in. So in this thing, it comes with this little box stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm going to switch this camera. So we have this little boxy thing here. And then I also have some other instructions in here I think I need to pull out. So let me go ahead and see if I can kind of do that right now. So here we are. And then I think I have this little Spark setup guide. So this is like my little setup guide that was going to give me the hotspot SSID, the password, and this local setup page. Okay, so this is probably what I needed. And I think, I wish I had another computer so I can set this up, but I don't think I'll need that. So I'm just going to go plug it in directly to Ethernet so it shows up on my network. Okay, so we have that there. And then in this little box here, we have this guy, our little power cable. And then we also have like the little, I think it's like a USB. I think these are just power cables. So what's nice is like the whole like unit itself is super lightweight in terms of like, you know, everything being self-contained right here as far as like supercomputer wise. And from the reviews I read online is that it's like you can barely even tell that it's on when you plug it in. So that's kind of what that is here. So we have this guy and we have this guy. And what I might do is put this on a gimbal and we can kind of go over to my other room. I probably won't have any audio, but we'll see if I can kind of get this thing plugged in. So that would be really, really cool. Useful link. Oh, Animal. If you guys don't know, this guy is absolutely cracked for ML. Animal, if you're down to go on a live stream, let me know. Because that'd be super, super cool. Let me go ahead and see if I can copy this text or visit the link so I can kind of check this out. Better not be some crazy link here. Oh, okay, cool. This is really helpful. I spent a bunch of times this week. Okay, this is amazing. Let's go ahead and check this out. So basically it says I got an AI's post-training for local RL debugging. I've had it quite hard due to CUDA 13 requirement, but not many VLLM wheels. So this was in January 15th. Okay, wow, this is gonna be super helpful. I really wish there was a sprint or two focused on getting UV environments working. Okay, yeah. I did know Docker hoops, just as full UV setup. Okay, so this is what I've heard too. Somebody else also said UV. I wonder if you, okay, here's our setup. Dang, this is gonna be super helpful. Yeah, Animal, you're a beast, bro. Thank you so much for this drop. This is like amazing. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at Animal, he's definitely the one. So it's funny because Animal is actually short for Apple Neural Engine, ANE, and then ML, you know, L. So like, yeah, Apple Neural Engine thing. So okay, so we have the DGX Spark training setup. Why this repo exists here. This is going to be super helpful. This is going to be amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of take a look at that. All right, so we have this thing here that we got set up, this little setup thing here, amazing. And yeah, big shout out to Tech Friend. We're talking about this at CES. Yes, exactly. How much energy does it consume to have it on 24/7? I don't have the specs on that, but I'm pretty sure we can probably look that up as well. Big shout out to Francisco as well. Shout out to other folks who are just kind of joining in. And like, this is not a graphics card. This is literally like a beast of a supercomputer that we're about to like really start cooking with. So yeah. All right, cool. I think, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can kind of get this thing plugged in. So I'm going to see if I can get my remote camera working. I don't have any audio, which would be kind of a bummer, but this shouldn't take long. Actually, what I'm going to do is let me just go ahead and unbox these type of things. So I'm just going to take off these cables real quick, and we're going to get this thing powered on because that'd be really cool. And because once I get it plugged into the network, we should just be able to see it show up. So the other room, I'll show you the living room real quick, and you probably won't hear me, but I'll just kind of go really quick because it really won't take very long to get everything set up. Yeah, this is kind of neat, right? So yeah, over here, yeah, you can kind of see my whole setup too. This is kind of what I got here. And then this is my little laptop. And so we have these guys. Okay, so we have this here, and I got my setup stuff here. And then I think everything we need is literally right here. So I'm just gonna like close up this box and then put this guy away because I don't think there's anything else in the box that we need. Is it this guy? Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, okay, 4 terabytes. Sweet. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, and then I got these little things here. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. And so this is the power cable, or this is like the power box here. And then this guy, and then we're just gonna connect this over here, this little Mickey Mouse cable. Perfect. And then I have this guy that's I'm gonna take apart. And then all I will have to do now is just plug it into the back, which is this little power symbol thing here. You can kind of see, I don't know if it shows a power symbol, but yeah, that'll be that. What's up? Okay, cool. And then let me just get the gimbal set up so that way I can take y'all to the living room, and there will be probably no audio there for me temporarily. And then, but I'll figure it out. We'll figure this out, fam. Whoops. Let me just kind of get my gimbal set up here. I should have thought about this, but I didn't really think about this, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, I mean, have you all played with something like this before? I know like there's some other folks who do some AI ML stuff. Yo, Alex Chima, bro. Yo. Okay, we got to get you on the stream. We need to do, if y'all don't know, these guys are cooking. And so we have talked about setting up a bunch of Macs together for inference. And so we're going to try to figure something out because Alex is one of the founders of Exo Labs. And that's the one where you can actually hook all of this stuff up together, like my Mac, another Windows machine, and all these different things. And so that's the one. And so with my Spark in the loop, I can probably do a lot of cool pre-fill stuff, which we can just like make this thing go burr. And then like the output would just be even crazier. So, you know, I have a lot of different things I want to go ahead and do, but this is gonna be really, really awesome. So I logged in right now at the right time. Yes, bro. Yeah, like this is the perfect timing. Ray Transcribe's going local. maybe, bro. I want to buy one for testing. Yeah, man. I mean, like if you're in the actual Discord, I think we're gonna try to play around, see if we can get this thing going. So I'm gonna see if I can get this live set up, and then I'm gonna see if I can transition the camera so that way it'd be some super fire. We'll see. Bonk. Cool. Awesome. Coolio. Okay, fam. Can I add audio to this? And can I add my phone? I think I can, I hope. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is I'll transition here, and then I'm going to try to link my phone camera. Click to start camera. Oh, hold on. I got the wrong camera linked up. Never mind. Okay. I don't have the right camera linked up. Oh, you know what? I ended the continuity thing. Okay. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is, of course, continuity camera doesn't work when I want it to work. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. my other phone? Okay, so it's this phone that has it. My bad. Let's see if I could do this. Okay. So now we should have camera like this. Yo, this is like really, really big. But I want to see if I can get my phone camera to do the audio too. So that way it just sounds okay. It's muted. Okay. You should now hear. You can probably hear me now from this phone. And so I'm hoping that sounds pretty good, or decent at least. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to go to my actual living room space right now. And I'm going to take you there to go plug this in. Like we're trying to do an IRL in my house. This is basically what we're doing right now. All right, we're going to do this. So I'll take you through. It's kind of wild how we're doing this right now live. And we're just going to my house. I have no clue how this looks like, but I think this is, I'm going to be setting it up right here. And you'll see a little bit of my setup right there. Yeah, I just want to see what it looks like on the screen. Right. Head on out. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of hard to see, but I don't know if yeah. So maybe like this would be better. I think. Yeah, I can't see the preview of anything, but yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hi guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably pretty far away, but we're gonna basically just take this Spark unit, as you can kind of see right here. I don't know how this is looking like, but we're gonna figure this out. So I have a 10 gig Ethernet connection here, and I also have a network attached storage. This is where all my networking stuff lives. And so, yeah, I'm literally just gonna set it up right here. So as far as Ethernet, I think I just plug her in like this. Sweet. And then disconnect this guy. Okay. So then I'll also plug into power, which is cool. So my power cable can live down here. Okay. And then, just like that, here to the side. And then I think I just plug it in right here for the power, and then we're good. So what's really weird is that there's no it's on, I think, but there's like no indicator that shows it's on. It's like super silent. The only way I know it's on right now is because the network cable is blinking. Where it's plugged into the network is definitely blinking like crazy. So that's basically the only way I know it's on right now. So I'm gonna just put it back up here. And this is it. So it's just gonna be sitting right here in my network attached storage right next to it. And so this is going to be my Spark in my living room. So that way I can get Wi-Fi and get it all set up. So it's on, it's beautiful. And let's go ahead and transition back. Y'all. We'll see. Let's see. This is the studio. Oh. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, right? This is kind of meta how we're literally just transitioning ourselves back to this whole thing here. So yeah, sweet. Okay, so that was a mission accomplished, successful, I think. Let me go ahead and switch this back to the Osmo Action Pro 5. Okay, so now if I go back like this, cool. We're totally back in the game, and I'm gonna just mute this microphone now too. Okay, cool. So here we are. Gonna also disconnect now. Oh, cancel. Okay, I'll just leave that up. Pause. Okay. Okay. So that's that there. And okay, so now we have these things here. And I'm going to just kind of probably disconnect this thing. Cool. So now the next step is going to be trying to see if I can actually get this thing connected through the network, because I now have it plugged into my home network and I got this thing going. So yeah, I appreciate everyone's patience. Audio is good. There's no echo, volume. Okay, cool. In case we get around to 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay. Try shaking it. LOL. The GX goes burr. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, man. Nice NAS. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, my network attack storage, I store terabytes of data because literally every live stream gets recorded, and all these different camera angles too. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the echo was coming when I was this microphone and that other microphone picking up at the same time. So yeah, it was probably low volume, but yeah, I think that's kind of what we did there. Okay, cool. Sorry, internal temps. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't think we're good with this. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. I'm having a little technical difficulties, but we're just going to try to see if we can get some things here set up. Okay. Cool. All right, let's take a look here now. And so now that we got stuff, we should be able to see it on the network. So I think we just have to go to use another computer. Okay. So if I just go to this network address, I just type in this address here and I should be able to get it set up, I think. So if I go to, let's see, HP Spark-EF87, I think, local, is that what it is? Hopefully. Flash should run it on easily. Okay. So I think so. Let me just set up a system page. It should be running. I see something. Yeah. Let me Chrome it. Chrome? Does that matter? Okay, allow. Okay, it doesn't see it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. GLM Flash live run? That's what I'm trying to do, bro. Eventually, yeah. Could probably run GLM Air. What does Brev do? So Brev will allow us to connect, I think, remotely once we get it all set up, so we can configure the environment and launch our different things here as far as like running tasks. But you can also like rent GPUs and other things too. So like once you get stuff going, you can also like rent H100s and all these other things for the compute. So you can, so basically what I can do is turn my actual Spark into like a GPU sandbox and then like allow other people to run jobs on it, which would be kind of cool. So that's kind of more in the setup. And they have these little, like, I think, not notebooks, but I forgot what they're called. These little specific clusters of things you can set up for them. So they're almost like plugins, but they're not. You need to connect the Wi-Fi from your phone. Oh, the password is on the box. Okay, cool. All right, so I do have to do the phone thing. Okay, I was hoping that I could just do this through the local network, but I guess not. Dang it. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna set this up on my phone so that I can get this set up. So I'm just gonna do the Wi-Fi's right now. So I'm gonna just go to that address, the Wi-Fi hotspot ID. Actually, you know what? I should be able to do this setup if I search for it on my network, I think, right? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna try to find the IP of the actual unit remotely, not remotely, through my Linksys app, because I should be able to see it on my network and then connect to it from there, because it shouldn't make a difference, right? The direct connect versus the IP connect. So I see Spark living room Ethernet. Okay. First 5 connections. Okay. Can it give me the IP info? I want the IP, baby. Devices. Okay, here we go. Devices, and I'm just gonna go to Spark. I think it's called Spark. Show me the Spark, baby. Okay. I'm gonna refresh the devices here. Living room Ethernet. So I'm basically looking through all my devices right now and trying to see if I can get this thing connected. Okay, Spark Ethernet, got it. Okay, so I don't have a IP address? Okay. Okay. That's probably why. All right, so Joe's probably right. I think Joe was saying that I probably have to connect via Wi-Fi from the phone. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now. So I do see it broadcasting the Wi-Fi, which is awesome. So Joe, thank you for the heads up on that, because that's exactly what I see now. You know, I see the Spark Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going. That way we can kind of get cooking on this. So I have the address here to the password. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that in. This is really cool. I guess that's probably for security reasons. That makes sense. Cool. Let's go ahead and join. So now that I'm joining on the Wi-Fi's, cool. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be cool because that's exactly where I wanted to live anyways, in my living room. So y'all got to see where I have everything going, and I think we're good. Okay. So now that I'm connected wirelessly to it, I should now be able to go to this address that I had locally set up. So I'm going to, my laptop isn't connected to the same network, but I'm just going to copy and paste this thing. And then I think it does like a Bluetooth share. Oh, it has a captive network. Cool. So it actually says, hey, welcome to and so now I'm actually going through the setup through the captive network. So open this page in your Brev browser to set up your new computer. So I like that it actually does this, that on the actual, oh gosh. I wish I had just copy button. Okay. Cool. I'm going to say use without internet. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste and go. So now I'm going to go ahead and go through the setup. So the phone has a setup right now that we're basically starting to go through. And I think this is what's going to allow us to set up the phone basically using, I know this is kind of meta right now. Okay. So we're going to be able to set this up, I think, getting started with, like our little Spark thing. So this is what's going to allow us to set up the Spark live. And so that way we can understand like, you know, I think this is going to be how we're going to configure everything. So continue. And then we're just going to see what else happens here. Terms and conditions, of course. Oh my God, there's so many terms. Please, bro. Accept. Okay, cool. So this is where now I set up the username. And so let's go ahead and see if I can get that set up real quick. So basically I'm now configuring the username and going to create a password for this Spark. So that's going to be probably the thing that I use to log into the unit. And that's what's going to be available online. Obviously, I can't just give that away publicly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So we're going to get that set up. I just want one so I can make the kind of Jarvis thing that everyone's talking about, Obsidian agents. Yeah, man, I think we're just getting started with this. By the way, I just learned yesterday that you can set up CloudBot in an EC2 instance. So if you want to watch my live stream yesterday, I go through the setup live with my friend AJ in San Francisco. While we were in San Francisco, if you don't know, Matan from Factory AI literally was getting coffee. I had no clue. This was totally unplanned. And so he promised people to slam him with the DMs if you saw the live stream to get some factory tokens. So, y'all have to watch that live stream. There's actually, I put the chapters in it now. It's from yesterday. But in essence, what we're able to do was I provisioned something on Amazon Cloud and I downloaded CloudBot, and the bot was running there, you know, using the Claude Anthropic API. But here it would be really interesting to get something running locally on my DGX Spark and like kind of do something similar and then hook it up with that. And then all the tooling and all the stuff that I can do with the Spark too. I mean, there's a lot of infinite things that we can do. So yeah, as far as like signing my license, right? I just got here. Hey, so if you just got here fooled by primes, we just unboxed the DGX Spark. And right now I'm just going to create a username. So let's see. Okay. Create password. What's the password? Okay, so I'm going to go to my passwords and create a password right now. So I use Apple's password manager. And what I like about it is that it has this like really nice, clean interface. And so you can create passwords from here, and it's all derived from basically your root key of, it's a secret key. Okay, so user, okay. Let's see, DGX Spark. And so I don't think I have the site yet for copy. Okay, so I'm creating a password for this in my passwords. Paste and paste. I don't even know what the password is. It's this long string of blob. So yes. Okay, cool. Do I want it to read the analytics data and usage data, crash and failure data? Please collect all of my firstborn children. updating your DGX Spark, preparing system updates. Okay, cool. That was pretty fast, actually. Nice. So now we're at this stage where basically we're doing the preparation. Sorry, I should probably point it over here where it's like a little more cool. Like, yeah. So we're basically kind of going through that setup right now. So the Spark is literally in my other room right now, and we're just downloading and installing the system updates, which is going to take a little while. So if you're kind of wondering, this is kind of what it's looking like here. And so this is kind of what we're doing for getting stuff set up. So yeah, that's what's up. And so yeah, let's kind of explore a little bit as far as like what we're going to really get our hands into, because there's a lot of different things that are kind of going on. So our friend Animal literally dropped this thing, say DGX Spark ML training setup. This is going to take a little while, I think, to download all the packages. So we're going to kind of check things out. One of the things is I think it's GLM 47 Lite or 47 Flash. Okay, so this model just came out, and this is going to be really interesting. And I want to see what how this thing runs inside of like a Spark like device, because it should be basically free for us to run. Like imagine sending all the coding stuff. Once I generate my plans with Opus or some big model, then just sending it here and just letting it do its thing. So we could just do, that's fire. VLLM, damn. This is probably going to be the way I set it up. Serve GLM locally. Damn, this is going to be fire. Okay. Yes, I was there yesterday. I like the Claude bot. I was still waiting for a reply from Matan. Yo, you got to bug him, man. Yeah, what's going on, Mist? How's it going? Yeah, this is really fire. Yeah, let me close my door real quick. All right, cool. So there's a lot going on here. Okay, so VLLM serve Flash. Dang, this is going to be crazy. Okay, so this is, how big are these weights? 31 billion parameters, a BF16. Cool. So let me just put this into Claude real quick. I just got a DGX Spark, and I'm trying to see if I can actually run this model on the device and what type of setup steps do I have to go. I just unboxed it, and it's currently updating all of its packages and things. And so somebody told me I have to set up UV and possibly VLLM, and I'll want a way to serve this. I'm probably going to be using Droid. So if you want to look up the documentation for Droid and how to configure that to talk to the model, I'm going to obviously need to download the weights to the device as well. Any guidance here is going to be greatly appreciated. Here are the model weights. Okay, cool. So, and use Brev and exa MCP for research. Okay, perfect. Nice. So I'm going to let that do its thing. We're going to like do a lot of things in parallel right now while we're going to be waiting. So that'd be really cool to get the GLM Flash things set up. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, DGX comes with Jupyter Lab. Yeah. So we should be able to do some cool stuff there too. Spark setup. Okay. What do you have to do? Safe batches. Okay. Hardware overview, GB10 specs, getting the 4 commands, package compatibility. So I can't do anything right now until basically this guy finishes updating. So once we get this stuff to update, I should be able to see it on the network and connect to it. So that'll be really cool. So yeah, that'll be like amazingly fire. And so what's nice about where I hooked it up is I have like almost 1.5 gigabyte download. So I hooked it up directly to Ethernet. So it's just, it's locked in. If I did it over Wi-Fi, it may take a little bit longer and need some of my bandwidth here. Where my machine is here, I'm literally, my laptop is doing Wi-Fi. I have a Wi-Fi 6E router in this like closet over here. So the closet is literally just right behind me back there. So that's kind of what's taking the signal from my living room, which is back over there where we hooked up the unit. And that's kind of where, over there. And that's basically where we have that guy kind of running. So this is kind of like a lot of different setups here. And I love these types of cameras and things. And this is kind of what we do here. And so for those who are just tuning in, we just got the Spark unboxed. You know, we got it unboxed because we got these receipts right here. This is our receipts. But yeah, like it came in this big box type of thing. And so we've have plugged it in, and the setup was super easy. All we did was connect to it via Wi-Fi, thanks to Joe. Big shout out to Joe. This little thing actually has the information for how to get this configured / set up on the Wi-Fi networks. And this is actually right here. And so that's how I was able to connect to it. And now that we're connected to it, we're literally just downloading the rest of the packages and stuff for this unit. And so I want to do some ML training on this. I have some friends who are going to tune in. We're going to try to see if we can get them on live and do some other types of training as well. From video to audio, like images to ML workflows. And then we're also going to do some inference stuff, because what's amazing is that with XO Labs, I can also run the models on my Mac and the Spark. And so I can combine those, the power with the power of the inferences combined. We can probably run some bigger models, because my Mac has 128 gigabytes of RAM, and that thing has 128 gigabytes. And if I could do some pre-filling processes and whatever, all the magic that y'all do at XO Labs, we're going to make this thing go brr. So that'd be really fire. So I'm here for that. If you're here for that, y'all got to smash the likes and the thumbs ups and stuff like that, and share this with a friend right now. So this is going to be the thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be kind of hanging out here for a little bit, and then probably going to come back the next day or two. We're going to continue with this type of setup, because this is going to be really, really fun. Because I want to get better and like learn more about what's happening in the machine learning world. I haven't touched this stuff for a little while. Last time I was trying to do this was with Apple MLX, and Apple MLX was extremely young and still up and coming. It's matured quite a bit. I have a lot of friends in the ML community as well that I'll reach out to, and they can get me caught up. So I used to do a show with my friend Ronald. I also have a friend named Vatsal. I also have another friend who's working at Uber as well. And so he's William Fabrinskas. They do ML stuff. One of the guys, I call him the Andre Karpathy of Swift for ML. He wrote a framework and did some crazy stuff, and he's working with Vatsal and these other folks in the iOS land. We also have some other cool folks in the ML world that we're going to try to see if we can pull in to kind of just start cooking with this thing, because a lot has changed, and I think we're at a time now where the models are really, really good at understanding things, and we can kind of do some cool workflows. So that's what I want to discover here. So we have a hardware, we have a quick start. So what's our quick start say? So in order for us to get started, once we get the Spark up and running and all the packages are finished, we're going to go ahead and install virtual VMV. So we're going to create a Python virtual environment, and then we're going to install PyTorch CU130. So the Arch 64 wheels do exist. Sick. Yo, this guide is fire. Yo, Animal with the MVP on the chat. Okay, so let me go ahead and star this one, and I'm going to share this in our chat so we have this here as well. And I'm also going to put this in the Discord, because the Discord needs to know for the folks who are going to be doing some of the stuff in here. So we're going to go to DGX Spark. This is a fire resource. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this guy. Pin message. Oh yeah, pin it. Okay, cool. This is going to be super helpful. Okay, so we have this here. All right, so then what else do we have to get set up here? So we have, oh wow, this is a comprehensive setup. So let's do quick start. Okay, so once we have this in here, we're gonna pip install VLLM using this wheel. So this is the stable one. I love this. Wow, don't install flash intention. Oh wow, okay. SDPA is faster on Blackwell anyways. Dang. Okay, bro, like this guy really cooked. You see this warning every time. Found 0 GPU, which is CUDA 12 compatibility. This is safe to ignore. SM and SM121 are binary compatible. That contains SM kernels and runs fine on SM121. This is confirmed by PyTorch maintainers. So why pip install VLLM fails is because the default PyPy wheel is compiled against CUDA 12. Okay, so that makes sense. The fix will use CU130 wheels at their nightly index. Wow, okay, or install the wheel specifically. Alternative NVIDIA containers. So for inference only workloads, NVIDIA's container is known good here. Use the GPU memory utilization. Flash attention, don't install it. VLLM does not require the upstream flash attention package. It bundles the flash inference kernels, and if you install flash attention, it will try to load CUDA 12 libraries. And if you build from source, it's slower than SDPA on Blackwell. So use SCPA instead. Nice. So for this, for pre-trained model name, not attention flash 2, SDPA. Cool. Wow, this is like a Bible right now. This is amazing. Yeah, let me put this actually into the chat too. Oh, yeah, I think I already have it in chat. Go, yeah. Going back to work. Yeah, for sure. Is there any chance the Spark can be connected to the Mac via the Connect X7 with RDMA? I don't know. I don't know. That would be... Actually, that's a really good question to ask. Claude. Let's see if anyone's doing this here. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to do that research task for us. Okay, so here for, I'm guessing you mean the NVIDIA, yes, okay, rather than DJI, yes. Oh, of course, because it basically did a verbal thing. So it's the strongest model in its class. It offers this, okay, 31 billion parameters, BF16. So we just do a UV install, a create Python environment for VLLM, and you'll want the 90 VLLM. Okay, so this is not what we don't need. So according to this guide, I'm gonna give it this guide. So, okay. Okay. I want you to review this guide because it differs from the initial research you did, and this person actually just went through the setup. Okay, perfect. And so hopefully you can grab this README here from the GitHub and kind of read that. So I'm still waiting for some of the packages to install. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so it still says downloading system updates. This is kind of where we're at right now. So it says, set up your NVIDIA DGX Spark, updating your DGX Spark right now. Downloading and installing system updates. Welcome, friends. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just kind of waiting for the updates to install. And in the meantime, we're doing some research because we're trying to see if we can load some GLM coding models, which would be super fire, and some other type of stuff as well. So, so corrections to my initial setup, CUDA 13 is required and it's not CUDA 12. So the NVIDIA DGX Spark is a unique machine. It pairs Blackwell with ARM CPU and unified memory, and it requires CUDA 13. So the core problem is CUDA version mismatch. Blackwell SM121 is only supported in CUDA 13, but nearly all pip installable ML packages with VLLM Flash. Okay, let's see what's going on. And many of the ship wheels compiled against CUDA 12. Okay. This means my initial suggestion was incomplete. You'll need CU130 specific wheels. Do not install flash attention. This is huge. I mentioned it might be needed, but VLM does not require the upstream flash attention pip package. It bundles its own flash. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we read. So nice. So the corrected quick start would be to this, and then this. Okay, and then in required environment variables, we have to export this arch and this path. And okay, so Spark is not a normal GPU workstation. It's a Grace Blackwell system. Okay. When training allocates GPU memory, it's consuming RAM that the OS SSH and agents use. Okay. So Nathan's recommended disable swap. And so instead of a clean, the machine goes zombie. Oh, and hangs and looks alive externally, hard reboot needed. Just swap off. It converts brick into a box and job dies and the OS lives. Okay, cool. Serving the GLM 4.7 flash. So all we have to do is this to serve it. So we do tensor parallel size. Oh, that'd be cool. So I just serve it locally. And the key changes is to leave headroom for the OS, disable CUDA graphics if you hit graphs if you hit issues, and then remove since DPA is faster. Wow. Okay. So then I'll just use this in my Droid config. Nice. The PyTorch warning is safe to ignore. Okay. Wow, this is wild. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of an interesting setup here. Whoa, okay, cool. So that's there. But I'm going to also follow some of the other stuff too, besides trying to serve the model. So I think like serving the model is going to be like probably something later on that happens. On build.nvidia.com/spark, they have this setup guide. So we can once we get the updates installed, we're going to set up the local access, which is what we're sort of going to configure now. And then we'll do like as the VS Code / cursor remotely. And that way we'll see the file system through there. And there's like a little dashboard and there's like the web UI with Olama. And then there's also some comfy UI stuff that we can also get set up. And there's some other playbooks. So that's going to be really cool. So let me just pop this out here. And then I'm going to explore some of the playbooks. So they also have Nematron with a Llama CPP, speculative decoding, fine tune with PyTorch, install and use ESOC sim. This is going to be cool. VLM for inference. This is going to be the one we're also really interested in too. Live VLM web UI. That's going to be interesting. So real-time vision language model interaction with webcam streaming. Yo, that's crazy. Data science, vibe coding in VS Code. Oh, what? Okay. This is dangerous. NVIDIA, what did you just send me, bro? You guys sent me to the black hole. I think all my live streams are literally just going to be playing with this box like literally all day. Oh, this is so crazy. Okay, this is nuts. This is, I mean, I saw some of the demos at CES and stuff, and we're literally just getting started. So I could build a video and search summarization agent. So this can actually like build an intelligent video analytics system that combine vision models and large language models at retrieval augmented generation. So this, I can get my raw videos from my live streams and get like video summarizations and stuff on that little Spark. That's not even in my house anymore. I could just do it from my phone too. Let's get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. This is crazy. Yeah, this is the CUDA 13 version. Oh my God. Oh, wow. We got to do this. This is going to be bonkers. Okay, we're going to get this. Oh man, this, okay. Y'all, NVIDIA is not playing. Live VLM web UI. Okay. Oh my gosh. We'll get, okay. I want to do this too. So I can get the webcam streaming and it can detect stuff in my web. Oh my God. Like the thing is that like, you don't have to have like the beefy computers anymore. I literally have a supercomputer in my house. Dang. Okay, let's just take a look at this repo right now. I'm just super curious. Holy smokes. Okay, this is about to get nuts. Live. Okay, so if y'all want to see this repo, I'm gonna just drop this in here. Right here. Yeah. Bro, I was trying to show you this in December. I don't know, man. Like, this is insane. I think I was traveling. Was I in Hawaii? I was probably coming back. I had a lot going on. So I'm really glad I got to see it in person. You may give Unsloth Dynamic Quant of GLM 4.7 Flash a try on Spark to squeeze even more tokens out of it. Low-key, I just want to see the raw performance of, you know, the highest floating point value and see what we get from there. You know what I mean? What keyboard do I use? I use the Knob 1 keyboard. So this is like probably my favorite keyboard right now. And like, if you haven't seen this thing is like a beast. So I love this keyboard so much. And then you have these little knobs. This turns up and down my volume, and this turns up and down my vibes. But yeah, it like the typing on this is so clean. It's so fire. It's like, you know, it makes typing really feel the best. I feel like, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, cool. So this is the live web UI. So this is the thing that they're talking about that we can get set up once all of our software set up. So it says, describe what you're seeing in this image in one sentence with 80 words. So what's cool about this is if I have this project set up in my house, I can hook up like a webcam, because I have a friend who has like early onset dementia. And so I can pipe those camera feeds or anything I have to the device. So I'm not sending all my stuff to these third-party AI providers. And I can run, not only can I run that vision model to ask these questions, but I can run other types of models to do like reasoning and stuff like that. So I can combine like the VLM, whatever they're using here for this model, Llama 3.2 Vision, with another LLM, you know, like together and start to do some cool reasoning stuff, which would be amazing. Because this is what I've been wanting to do, is like to have this kind of done locally. But the problem is I have a laptop. So as soon as I take this laptop on the road, it's kind of gone. And I thought about buying a Mac Mini, but the Mac Mini doesn't have a lot of powerful capabilities because it doesn't really have a dedicated GPU. I can run some of the like vision models on that too. But then, you know, you're kind of all over the place, right? So with the DGX Spark, you know, that supercomputer, it is super powerful, and it's actually kind of meant for some of these types of things. But not only that, we could do some training runs as well. So that'd be really interesting. So this is going to be something we're going to look into, try to get this stuff set up and really just start cooking with this, because this looks really amazing. It looks like it's just a pip install away. Wow. Okay, cool. So we should be able to get this running pretty fast once we get all of our stuff set up. Okay, this would be cool. Wow. Okay, so this is the Spark setup. I think we're going to configure now maybe. So the basic idea is there are two approaches. NVIDIA Sync is recommended, so we'll probably do that. Before you get started, there's some important concepts to understand. Shell, SSH tunneling, and MDNS multicast. So this is how we discover it on the local network. So this is kind of what I was trying to do here, rather than look up a specific IP address. So your DGX Spark setup, you have to create a local user account. And then your laptop with this is what we need. So this is what I'm going to set up on my laptop. And then all I have to do is put in the username and password. And that's what I set up through the walkthrough here on my phone. And so my phone is still installing the updates. So we're still waiting for the system to kind of finish the updates to install. And so this takes a little while apparently. So that's kind of why we're still waiting around and kind of looking up some of these other things. And then we're also going to need the device's MDNS hostname, which is kind of what I was talking about, the IP address. And then once we do that, we can set up SSH and everything. Okay, so that's cool. So that's this guy. And then with NVIDIA Sync, we just have to download this little thing. So I'm just going to download this now. So I have this for my machine here. And we're going to install that. And so all we do is open it and then configure the package repository. Oh no, we don't have to do that because that's for Ubuntu. Okay, so for Mac, we just install it and that's it. NVIDIA Sync is installed. Okay, so then to configure the apps, we're just going to use a dashboard. Okay, and then the cursor, there's a cursor thing here too. Okay, so once we add our device, it should just show up on the local network. And then from there, we can access it using the NVIDIA Sync app. And I think that's it. So then all we can do is we can try a custom port example with Open Web UI, and then we should be good to go from there. Amazing. Wow. Okay, so Open Web UI with Olama. Okay, that's cool. So we just do, to easily manage containers using NVIDIA Sync, you must be able to run Docker commands without sudo. So Docker PS, okay. So verify Docker setup and pull the container. Okay, so open NVIDIA settings, click on the icon, click custom gear, add Open Web UI custom port. So we just open Web UI, run the custom port, and then open the browser and check this sandbox and then copy and paste the entire script. So, okay, cool. So this is looks like a script that will basically tell it to run the following image, and the shell script will mount the Docker daemon, look for the actual process that's named. What's the name of the process? And then create, if it hasn't running, it's going to create it, basically the Olama. Oh, it's going to basically bootstrap our Olama app in the actual container. Okay, cool. And then we just launch Web UI at this port. So that's with the port mapping from 8080 to 12,000. Okay. And then we create an administrator account, we get started, and then we have Olama Web UI. And then we can just type in a model and start using it from Olama Web. And then that model that gets downloaded will be downloaded to the Spark device itself. And that's it. Okay, so that's how we get the Open Web UI running on the Spark. Okay, that makes sense, just reading it, but we'll have to show you. And I'm just kind of going through some of the examples ahead of time to kind of prime my mind right now. And so that's how we'll get this thing going. So let me see if I can find that in my Finder. So I should be able to open the package, NVIDIA Sync. So for the NVIDIA Sync, all I do is just put that in applications. And then I think NVIDIA Sync. Okay. Cool. I think it's open. Okay, open. All right, so it says getting started. Cool. Hi, do you agree? Automatically configure access to, yes. Take over my computer. Okay, so any supported editors have been auto detected, and you can actually choose what you'd like to enable. So cursor, perfect. Okay, what's AI Workbench? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't think I need that. Okay. Okay, so we just have cursor. We're gonna go install that. Okay, it seems to want to keep going down here for my stuff. So my name, a friendly name for the Spark. Chef. This is gonna be my chef. Yeah, let's see, 5-star chef. Okay, so we'll call him chef. Okay, so the host name or IP. So this is the IP address of the device, my username, and password and all that stuff. Okay, cool. So we're gonna keep that down here. And so as of now, I think that's kind of what we got set up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're still waiting on the Spark to actually finish the updates here. And so we still got a little bit of ways to go. And I really don't know how long this is going to take. But what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to drop probably another live stream with y'all so we can kind of cook with this together. And please drop in the comments. Let me know like what you want to see. Are there any specific projects you're super interested in? Are there any like jobs or types of things that you want to do as well on the Spark? Let me know. If you're part of my Discord community, I'm going to get this set up with a sync and everything. And as of right now, if you're currently in the Discord community, I've set up the YOLO bot. So yesterday I learned how to deploy basically the Claude agentic bot, which will allow you to ask it questions and everything. And it's in my Discord. So that's using Opus 4.5. So if you add the YOLO bot inside of my Discord, you can actually start to chat with it. And so that's a really fun little project on the side. So when I get the Spark up and running, I have a little dedicated channel as you saw there. And for those who do have one and want to kind of start to contribute, if you have any experience, that's probably the best way to go up in there. So rfer.me/Discord is probably the best way to get into the Discord up there. So if you want to go ahead, I kind of have that linked and pinned to the top of the comments. So it's a paid Discord community. It's mostly meant for people who are like super serious and have a lot of disposable income. So it's not really meant for those, like if you're on a tight budget and like spending $15 a month, extra on top of what you're doing is going to affect your whole like livelihood, please do not sign up. This is just meant as an auxiliary thing. It's really kind of meant for casual folks, but like it's actually more dedicated for, a lot of people who have been kind of building and have this like kind of like a really dedicated space to kind of hang out. So it's more like an extended community. So that's what's up. Anthropic and Google robbed me again. What is it? What do they do? I don't know what's going on. GLM 4.7 VLM Model 2, right? Yes, exactly. Peter Steinberger is using 2 Macs. He got a Mac Studio and a laptop. Yeah. And right now, all I have is a M3 Mac, 128 gigabytes. And that's what I'm using to do my live streaming, my editing. Now I'm going to be running language models. So hopefully my streams don't die in the middle of it. But that's what's up. And then I'll have that type of thing. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Paul's content, he's doing a lot of stuff with Codex models. And he's an iOS developer and develops also apps for the Mac. And he's really prolific on X right now. He's growing pretty fast, up and coming gentleman. And I would highly suggest to follow a lot of really good stuff. He has some really nice long videos. Where we've talked about also possibly doing a live stream in the future where he kind of talks about some of his processes on, like the AI coding stuff. So definitely a really good follow if you haven't had a chance on X to go follow. So that's what's up. The YOLO bot running 100% local on Spark, bro. That's actually kind of where I think I'm going to go with this. So that's actually kind of where we're going to see what we're going to do with it as well. So yes, the keyboard from this Knob 1 is from Work Louder. So yes, I'm looking at their macro pad, but I'm wondering how the quality of the products are. So I must tell you that they are working on an issue with my actual Knob 1 device, not mine specifically, but the battery drains really fast. So I can't use this for about an hour and a half before I have to plug it back into power. And so like there's a lot of charging issues they're still resolving from the first one. They say it's all still to be done in the software, which probably is very true. I don't really know I don't think there's a hardware issue, but a lot of these firmware problems are just on sleeping and waking the device and being responsive. But when it does work, when it's plugged in, it's perfectly fine. As far as like quality, this thing is heavy, like heavy in terms of like beautiful. And so I'll show you real quick. So with this guy, I'll probably unplug it right now. It has like a serious amount of weight to it. So like it just feels very high end, like a solid block of metal, similar to the DGX Spark that I just picked up back there. So that's really, really heavy. So like this is like a cup of coffee. Like I can't really pick up this guy. This guy's like really heavy. But you saw like here, this is really easy to pick up. This one's kind of like super heavy. But what's nice about this are like the way the keys are like super responsive. So I don't know if you can kind of hear this. They kind of bounce off your fingers and you can kind of tell like when you're sliding, it's so nice. And the feel of the keys are like a soft, like plastic type of thing, like plastic, not in a bad way, but plastic in a good way. And so I don't know if you've ever used like the Apple chiclets, the keyboards. So what happens is like the plastic kind of wears off over time and it kind of becomes sticky. And then when you're pressing on the keys, it's like on the Apple keyboard, it's like pressing, eventually over time, it feels like you're pressing those chiclet gum packets where you pop the gum out and it has like little foil or whatever, like the little plastic. That's what the Apple keyboards feel like over time, where this one has a nice little like responsive feedback to it. I wish I would get commission from this. I would just sell their keyboards literally all day. I would just do live streams where I'm just like using the keyboard and just chilling with it. But there's like literally no Amazon link, no commission. I mean, I just love their product. The design is freaking awesome, as you can kind of tell. And these are little magnet foots. So these little magnet foots kind of come out and then kind of snap back in via magnet. So beware if you have a cleaning person that comes to the house and they move the keyboard and they kind of do funny stuff. I thought I lost one of these and then I found it on the floor. But this is like the little magnet piece at the bottom, and there's, you know, this all it does is just kind of, it kind of positions itself there. So there's like some type of magnet thing here, and it kind of does this, and you can kind of do that. And apparently this little rubber foot here at the bottom too is really cool. It's the way that it sits. But this is this guy. There's also a little cool screen. So I have a picture of like Lanikai. So this is a place where I stay in Hawaii, and it's basically looks, you can put your own photos and different things. There is technically like a timer app, like a Pomodoro timer. I don't really use it. It's not really that useful for me, but, as far as like, you know, keyboard stuff, it's super premium. And I really, it's probably one of my most favorite pieces of tech. I bought the Keychron K1 and K2 keyboards, but I didn't really like those keyboards in terms of like the feedback and the feel. If it was okay to use at the beginning, but I actually ended up giving those away. And this is probably one of the only, besides the Apple keyboard, like this is the only other one I've gone into that was like, okay, I can use this as my daily driver, and it's actually really good. And so this is kind of where I've landed with this guy. So I really do like this one a lot. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I don't know if I can go back to the typing test thing. So like, what's the type monkey or something? Type monkey or something. Yeah. Monkey type. So yeah, this is really cool. No on fact home show more. I'm so bad at typing. I yap. Yeah. Yeah. This is kind of where I'm at. That's what's up. Yeah. So like that, yeah, hashtag not an ad, but it kind of sounds like an ad, right? Is there a touch screen? So it's not a touch screen. It's actually just like a regular, like just a plastic on the glass, if you know what I mean. So let me just show you real quick. So it's literally just this thing. It's not, you can kind of see like the screen is it's like down there. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's, you know, it has a little battery and then like you can change this. I think, sorry, if you hit the FN key for this one, and then this is what changes to the Pomodoro app and then the brightness and the other things. So this is kind of where you can get these different modes and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. I think what else? You know what's funny? I had an Amazon affiliate link, not for this keyboard, but like for the program, but I just never linked products. And then they turned off my account because I never got any sales from it because I never linked their product. I'm pretty bad at affiliate stuff, but yeah, I'll get better with this. So yeah, that's what's up. Really cool keyboard for sure. Someone knows which keyboard that Ray is using. Let me show you right here. Work louder. Knob 1. So here we go. I'll put it in the chat. Here we go. Boop. So this is the keyboard that we're looking at. It's $439 US. I know, right? But like, I'd probably say this is probably one of the best purchases I've made in my life because of how much time I spent with my hands on the keys. And I really like it a lot. So they're doing a Q2 shipment. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be fire because they'll probably have all the other issues resolved in terms of like battery life stuff. Mine was the first gen. But even then it's still really good. I mean, I plug it in. It's just, it's as good as it looks. It feels as good as it looks. It's not the price that makes it feel premium. It's like the feel and attention to detail. I don't know. It's like having an Apple phone. Literally, it's like you forget about it after a while and you're just like, yeah, this is just a normal phone. But the ergonomics of how your hands sit and the glide across. And then the springiness. I think that's what's the other part of it. It's like when you hit the key, like it doesn't stick, it catches, and it just does everything, just kind of lets you kind of fly with your fingers, and it's really, really enjoyable. It's hard to explain, but you have to really try it. But I really like it a lot. So I bought the Keychron K2 2 months ago, my first medium high budget keyboard. I'm very happy. Yeah, Keychron K2 is also really good. So if you haven't tried that one, check it out. So Keychron K2. Let's see. Yeah, this one's cool. I gave this one away because I just stopped using it. Like I just felt like, see, like, this is like their totally traditional keyboard, and I just the sound was really cool and everything like that. I mean, keyboards are a mood, really. They kind of get you into a different mood. I don't know. The mood right now, right here, is expensive. Pricey is a good one. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Isn't WhisperFlow like so WhisperFlow, I go crazy on. So if you don't know, I'm probably like one of the top percentage users. And so, so far for WhisperFlow, I've used 287,000 words. I do 152 words per minute on WhisperFlow. I'm like one of the top 1% of users. So yeah, this is insane how much I use this software for literally everything. So I use it in everything. I have almost 300,000 words that have been dictated. I've been using this for 45 weeks. I mean, I am super ridiculous on this. And even on top of that, I still use this keyboard because I freaking love it so much. Yeah. To me, it feels better than the Keychron. But yeah, it's just different. I love monkey type. Yes, for sure, man. Did you know that kind of switches? Yes. So, for these ones, I don't know exactly the switch types that they have, but for the Keychron, I used both red and blue. I like to have certain keys that were sticky. So on the Keychron, I had like the clicky sticky keys for like my arrow keys and other keys like escape and stuff, some of the outer boundary ones. And then for the regular ones, I had that. So it's just kind of cool to kind of type. It was just a different experience, but I ended up going back to something simple like this. So simple, so beautiful. Yeah. I'm currently using the low profile Key 5. Okay. How does this compare? I'm biased right now. Actually, after having compared both, because I had the low profile one too, and I gave that one away. So after you use the low profile one and you use this one, there's something about the way that if you like that bouncy feel of the keys kind of bouncing back and kind of giving that little, like, to me, it allows my fingers to kind of bounce and glide back and forth. That's kind of where I'm kind of sitting with that. So what's the keyboard called again? I've never seen it. This one here is called the knob one, Paul. So the knob one is over here, and I don't know if it shows up on X because when I send the messages, they don't show up on X. Okay, so yeah, if you just type in work louder knob one, this is what it's called, knob one. And so that's this guy here that you'll see, and you can do a pre-order and they ship in Q2. So hopefully in the next couple of months, I don't know when they're going to get these out. So that way, what's up? A live era sobre a computadora de NVIDIA y... Okay. I think you're saying something. I just don't know. The live stream was about NVIDIA. Okay. Somebody's using a bot. Pre-order only right now. Yeah. Yeah. Because I got the first version that came out. Yeah. This one's insane. Oh, okay. So they have an input tool. I forgot all about this. I don't use this, but I want to learn how to use this. But basically, you can somehow do some type of programming where you can just hit a key and it'll like do a bunch of actions and stuff. And I don't know how to figure that out, or I've never really done it yet, but they'll yeah, that's what's up. So keyboards, yeah, they got so much cool stuff. What's creator board? They got so much fun stuff. You can get, okay, do not go to this website. Do not spend money on them. You're going to get, oh, it's sold out. Of course it's sold out. Everything they make is amazing. It's sold out. Oh my God. Okay, this is device porn and I can't watch this right now. I can't because it's not good for my wallet. Okay. Can I just take one more peek though? I need the numpad on pre-order already, bro. Oh, pre-order. Oh, yeah, I need the numpad. Did you get the pro one or did you get the base one, bro? I mean, because look at this. You got the CMC metal frame. I think the metal frame is the way to go. Look at that nice black metal frame. Oof. But this one's pretty fire too. Look at this, because you can put a light underneath it. Oh my God, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, stop. And they got this one, I think is shipping right now. right? Yeah, this one ships in 1 to 3 business days. Oh, I need this for my streams. Yeah, if you're a video editor or something, or if you're doing whatever thing, you could just move this thing around. Bruh. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Stop. Oh, wow. Of course. This is too good. Oh, what? Dude, vibe coding with this would just be another level, bro. Oh my, what? Yo, stop it. Stop. I can't, the more I scroll, the more I want this. I don't even need it. Oh my goodness. Yo, yeah. If they had Touch ID on this, it's a wrap. It is such a wrap. I would get it just for the Touch ID. Yeah, man, this is insane. 179 for the Pro. Oof, let's go. Jesus. Okay. All right. So I'm still waiting for my device updates. This is kind of doing its thing here. It's probably stalled out. I probably have to go check out on the machine and see what's going on. But I think what I want to go ahead and do is I want to come back. We're going to have another live stream. We're going to basically start playing around with some of the stuff. I want to get the Olama set up. I want to get all this other stuff set up. Do you have a DGX Spark? Let me know if you got one as well. I would love to kind of share some information. If you're in the Discord, I know Luis has one as well. We're going to be talking in there more about like the DGX Spark setup and all these other things. We want to get some jobs running. I want to get a local model on it. I want to start running some coding commands. I want to start running some, I want to have these plans that I just want to hand off to that model locally and just let it burn my tokens for free. So that's what's up. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and stay tuned for the next stream because it's about to be really wild. All right, y'all.